Welcome back. Let's go over the automated emails that Tattugenda can send to your customer. To see the whole flow of emails, you go to Settings and Notifications. Mostly our emails, some of them are text message. At this point, you can see here, appointment registration is the first email that will be sent to your customer. It is sent 30 minutes after you have created the appointment in the system. Why 30 minutes? Because sometimes you have a project with multiple appointments. 30 minutes makes sure that you have added all the appointments you wanted, so they are all grouped into one email and not one mail per appointment. So we wait 30 minutes and then we send the appointment registration to the client. What does it say? Every time you see the square brackets, it means like this variable will be replaced in the actual email, of course, so the customer will see his real name here. So this email says, "Dear customer, recently you booked a new appointment with our artist," and then the artist name. This is the list of your appointments, and this one lists all the dates and the start hours, not the end hours. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. And then you have a footer. You can update that footer. So now I already did it for myself. So these are custom stuff that you can add to the footer. You can list your deposit rules, and I would certainly recommend to do so. If you ever take the deposit from a customer because they didn't show, if you have communicated your rules in the past very clear in such automated email, then there can never be a discussion about they didn't know or they think it's unfair or whatever other things that happen with deposit discussions. So you make sure that you are covered and you write your rules in the footer of your automated emails. So for example, you can say if you cancel less than 48 hours before your appointment, you will lose your deposit. You can give them information about where to find parking. You can give them information about dinner, things like that. So you can choose where to add your personal information in the footer of your email. You cannot add on top of the mail because that's fully automated and you cannot break it by adding stuff in between. Voila. Here, it is possible to already ask your client for a deposit. It's possible to add the button that says pay your deposit now, and that will take your customer to Full Stack Payments or Stripe or Molly. At this moment, we are not connected yet. In a minute, I'm going to show you the version if you are connected. But for now, this is what you can do if you decide not to take deposits. So first you have your appointment registration. The deposit, first reminder, second reminder, and cancellation is not going to work because we are not connected yet. Then we have the appointment reminder. The appointment reminder can either be done by email to your client or by text message. You decide how much hours before the appointment they get the text message. In this default example, it's 24 hours, and I'm going to change it to SMS instead of email. It's a very short one. Dear customer, this is a friendly reminder of your appointment on this date at that hour. We are looking forward to seeing you. Again, you can update the content of this message at the bottom. Next, this customer filled out their consent form. This is like in this shape. It just indicates something's happening. It's not a mail or not a notification that is sent. But your customer gets his reminder. He arrives in your studio. You show the QR code or you send a text message. They fill out the consent form. And here it indicates the customer filled out the consent form. They signed and they saved it. That triggers the aftercare and the consent form email. This one says your aftercare instructions and signed consent form. Dear customer, attached are your aftercare instructions. Be sure to follow them closely for proper healing. And below you will find the link to your signed consent form, which you filled out before your appointment, and then the link to their consent form. So now this is already in the mailbox of your client, so you are complying with the rules of informing your client in a good way. The aftercare instructions, the PDF, you have a default in Tattugenda, but you can also upload your own version if you wish. We're gonna go over that in the settings of a consent form. After this, your tattoo is actually happening. It's also indicated in this flow, and then you can choose to wait a few days before an after sale email is sent. It's not after care, it's after sale. And in such email, for example, you could say, does your tattoo heal well? Dear customer, how is your tattoo recovering? Are you happy with the result? If there is anything more we can do for you, let us know. you would do us a great favor by leaving a review on our Facebook page. That's a bit outdated. We don't use Facebook reviews anymore. You could ask, you will do us a great favor by leaving a review on our Google page. And then you add the URL to your Google review page. Okay, so your client in your email just has to click the link and they are taken to your review page instantly. You can choose how long after the appointment you want it. Maybe I will change it to 2, which makes more sense. You can choose to enable it. So you have to enable it if you want it, send automatic follow-up email, and send only once per project and not for every appointment. So this is the basic flow. I'm going to go over the flow in the next video where the connection is there to your payment provider.